and I don't know what to do. And if this is the last message that I get out to anybody,
leave! Tell me what you think here, okay? Am I being an a-hole? Well, hi, this is Hard Basis. I am Clint Allen, and it's late at night here, and what pops up but a gentleman by the name of Jeb, Offended Outcast Tech Team is his channel. So going back to the last two videos that I made on this subject here, the neighbors, the first video that I made where the neighbors talked about this situation, and he said, meaning the neighbor male said, they moved in. And I spotted that in the video and put it in the video. What do you mean they? It should be he. Well, now we're gonna find out. So, Offended Outcast himself, Raymond, is nowhere to be found. Currently, there's another guy involved. I don't know what's going on there, but let's check this out here. This guy is torn up big time. One thing that I want to point out here before I hit the play button, people of kind stick together, okay? So we've got Offended Outcast, this other guy, and right here are all people of criminal backgrounds, haven't made good choices in their life, and don't seem particularly high on the IQ scale, okay? So let's go.
I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus. I'm here to speak on my behalf. That everything I've done thus far has not been for me. I was promised land. I was promised something that can no longer be given to me.
Okay, so just let me point out the absurdity and the stupidity. In lieu of money, okay, think about this, okay? Think about this. In lieu of money, Offended Outcast Raymond was going to give him property for doing videos? The hell can you say about that?
I have people that I care about and I love, and I'm actively in fear for my life because of Raymond George Krebs. He did good to me. He provided a way for me. He made sure I had a meal, a roof over my head when it was treacherous winter storms. He did what he was able for me and countless others. And yet, I sit here posting this video in fear of my life.
Okay, now you know, it is heartfelt feelings here, but is it not amazing that all of a sudden we go to Best Buddy doing videos for him, doing the editing, putting it together, posting it to YouTube, and all of a sudden he's completely afraid of him and completely afraid of this other guy, and they're going to come and kill him. Okay, let's just take that grain of salt, okay? people make shit up in their minds, okay? They come up with scenarios in their minds. And once again, it's usually people that, you know, of the lower IQ.
Because of what another man did. I don't condone in what he did. I do not agree what he did. But I know that he's done good to me. And yet, I am in the middle of a woods with nothing. I have nothing. And the only thing that I want to do is hug my daughter.
And you know, this is another thing that I find with these people. Okay, I haven't fully explained my background, but I do investigations and other work with my business, and with these people, and yes, I'm stating it that way, their whole world always evolves around this kid. A kid that they don't have actual come home to. They don't have custody of. Their whole world revolves around them. Because they're fuck-ups. Can't get a job. We're out in the middle of the woods. No money, no nothing. Got my girlfriend with me. We're gonna get married, but I don't have a fucking job. Can you imagine her? You know? Going, boy, that's something I want to have a future with and have more kids with.
I'm so scared right now. And I have nowhere to turn. I have no money, no vehicle, and I'm in the middle of a forest. He made certain decisions after everything was exposed. I cannot help myself right now.
Okay, so he runs into Offended Outcast, Raymond, and because, like I said, people like that are, you know, they're kind of magnets to each other, okay? And this guy here, you know, I do not know him, but may I say he's probably devious himself, okay? Find somebody who's, you know, willing to share a few meals, a roof over his head, and, you know, kind of clings to him. And then the other side who, you know, isn't honest is like, oh yeah, you do this, we'll give you some land.
I've struggled. I've put countless hours into making this man get to where he could be at his own land. All the logistics for the business, as far as the YouTube channel, the store more, getting all of that taken care of and getting a building on his land. And here I am with nothing.
And he's going to go through life this way, okay? Because he is incapable of thinking common sense through. He started his channel, which is Offended Outcast Tech Team, May 1st of 2026, in hoping of riding the coattails of Offended Outcast to make some money on the promise of some land.
I am suffering the benefits, and yes, I have a past. Something that happened when I was 18 years old. Look it up. It's all there. It's public record. You can look it up, just the same as you did with him. I'm 32 years old, and I've countless times where I thought something was going to be good, and it'd all be in vain. Blood, sweat, and tears I've put in doing something that I thought was right and righteous. And yet, I become the bad person.
Also, something too that I want to point out. I know one individual, well, actually, I know a whole bunch of individuals, but I know one individual who's been on SSI, gets about $1,000 a month, and he's been on it for, 19 years. I have somebody that lives down the street here, an older guy who's 62 this year, and he's on SSI. What I've noticed with these people is that the simplest task, the most basic of task, I've got to make a phone call tomorrow. The previous day, they already have to sit down. They got to get home early in order to plan out, this phone call they're going to make at 3 o'clock, which is a 5-minute phone call. Everything seems to be this huge, major overtaking. And I have a hard time believing that he's the one who expedited this land and getting the shed there and getting it built and all that. I really have a hard time with that. All right. 32 years old, and we have nothing. I'm here to tell you there's a time to step back in your life and go, what in the hell am I doing wrong? He's saying over countless times he's helped, he's done this, he's done that, and ended up with nothing. He's stupid.
I'm here with a woman I love, my fiance, and we intend to get married. And I spoke to her about what was to transpire. And it happened. There's been this narrative to separate us and get us away from each other. And now I'm running through the woods from Raymond George Krebs and Michael Carmichael. If you're reading this, Michael Carmichael and Raymond George Krebs, I do not trust.
All of a sudden, they're the evil of the whole world. I can guarantee you one thing. We are not getting the whole story here. We are not getting anywhere near the whole story. And I can guarantee it's grossly inflated, all right? I'm going to guess that he's just been a leech, that he's just sucked himself to those two guys, because he's got nothing. I mean, this guy doesn't even have a plastic glass to piss in.
They talk down on me and act as if I was nothing, like a lowly dog. I am scared with the guns and ammunition that they have brought to the property. I am scared for my life and my fiance's life and my dog's life. I do not know what to do.
You leave. Period. I don't know exactly what the situation is, neither do you. But you're afraid for your life, leave. Walk out of the woods, take your girlfriend, and leave. If you don't have any food, if you don't have a roof over your head, leave.
I am struggling to the point, and the only thing I want to do is get to my daughter and tell her that I love her and hug her, because everything I've done thus far has been for her.
Yeah, so I've got a friend, okay, who's going through a hard time, and right now the decisions he's making are piss poor decisions, and you can't talk him out of anything, okay? This is the way I'm going, and that's it. He's got cancer. He refuses to go in for chemotherapy. He refuses to go in and do anything with the doctor about it. Take their medication. No, he believes stupidity on YouTube that eating broccoli and turmeric and rosemary and other stuff like that is going to kill the cancer. Okay? Once again, not of the highest IQ. Not this bad, but you got to be careful of what these type of people say, okay? I'm just saying, man.
To give her a piece of land and show her a different life.
The hell does a kid want with a piece of land? Now, my friend is the same way. I'm just editing on the fly here. My friend is the same way. He had a girl, a child who's 13 now, with somebody else's wife. He's spent maybe when she was a baby 3 months grand total with this kid. Now that he's on the verge of, doing what he's doing and he's probably going to die, he wants to give this fucking beat up shit house that he has on the crappiest piece of property you've ever seen. I personally would like the property, and the first thing I would do is bulldoze down the home. It is in such wretched shape. It's awful. I mean, the siding completely came off the back of the house. The sheeting has fallen off of it. The roof is leaking. The windows have fallen out. But he wants to give this to his daughter. Now, he's going to have to, if he dies, he's going to have enough money to pay an attorney, pay the taxes, all this stuff, and let's face it, a 18-year-old girl is going to look at this property and go, what the am I going to do with that? Christ, the place doesn't even have power and heat anymore.
It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. I have nothing. I put everything into this. Everything. And I'm suffering. I'm scared. And I'm hurting. But I wanted to address it. And I wanted to speak on it. Between the active threats that here is on the land and the people that are here, on top of now knowing that I am no longer an asset to Raymond George Krebs and the Offended Outcast, that now I'm an enemy.
Okay, let me jump in again. There's more to this story. There's more to this story going on here, okay? There's a lot more that we're not being told from Offended Outcast and from him right here. If it is true, okay? If it is true, pointing that out, all right? Once again, from what I said before about this type of person, let's say the neighbors, which there can't be that many of them, but the people around them who know that they are there, and now that they have found out what he is and what all of them are, it might not be Raymond's complete fault here, okay? They all know that these are a bunch of criminals with problems that are not too bright. So if the heat is coming down from neighbors, if we have the police there now, we have the county or the township find out that they're living in a shed, and you can't do that. And unless you get a variance, you can't buy a shed and make it into a house. You have to have a minimum width, length, You have to have potable water. You have to have a sewer system. You can get a variance. You know, sometimes they do it for like 5 years. You have an outhouse. You have to have water brought in. You have to have basic, normal living amenities. Okay.
I don't know what to do. And if this is the last message that I get out to anybody,
once again, are you just that stupid? If this is true, let's say for a moment this is true, that Raymond and this other guy have their guns loaded and they're hunting this guy down. Who they were going to give land to, by the way, for running a YouTube channel and who knows what other stupidity that he was doing. Now all of a sudden they're going to hunt him down. Come on.
I want my daughter to know that I love her. And that I tried the best that I could and did what I could. It all fell apart. To no fault of my own. I know that it seems crazy to some people and people might not understand. But I want everyone to know that I did the best with what I could. And I meant well. And every step of the way I fought. I did everything I could. Countless days and hours spent to try to build something for myself. And now I have nothing but the clothes on my back. I don't know what to do.
So, if he's talking about putting in countless hours into videoing and then editing, I've seen just like a handful, a little less than a handful of Offended Outcasts videos, and there isn't too much work that goes into doing what they were doing, okay? It is not that difficult to edit a video. I mean, he's acting like he was editing the Avengers Endgame, for fuck's sakes. Give me a break.
I have nothing. I'm scared. I'm so scared. No matter what, just know that I meant well. I meant well.
All right, so that was the end of it. You already know what I think. This guy is not too bright. He's a big F up. I really don't believe him at all. And once again, if you're in fear of your life, leave. This is simple. If you have nothing, leave. No. Anyways, I wanted to bring that to you, and thanks for watching it. I got some really good upcoming videos here, so stick around, join the community. Tell me what you think here, okay? Am I being an a-hole? I don't think I am. Anyways, you take it easy. We'll see you on the next one.